Hey Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. This is Sierra, aka Capricorn Moon Goddess, back with another video for you all. This is your August forecast, okay? So what is going to be happening in the month of August 2023 for you all? And I have like, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have like 5 or more astrology themed decks. So I was like, I need to use these decks, okay? I'm trying to switch up. I tend to gravitate towards the same decks over and over again. So I said, let me go ahead and do a August forecast video and use all of my astrology decks, okay? Because I'm not good with astrology. I cannot remember everything, but I can use my astrology decks, okay? So we're going to be looking into what is going to be happening in August 2023 for you all, okay? Remember, this is a collective reading. This is not an individual reading or a private reading. So some things may resonate with you. Some things may not resonate with you. Use your own discernment and your own intuition and take what resonates and leave what does not. You can feel free to check out the videos for your other signs as well. So you can check out the videos for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, or whichever one calls to you, okay? Sometimes you may be called to a video for a sign that's not one of your major signs, but it might be the sign of somebody you're dealing with, like cross-watching or something like that. So I already have some oracle cards pulled, and we're just going to pull some tarot cards right now, okay? So we did just get the Page of Needles, which also represents the Page of Swords in the traditional tarot. And I think what's interesting about this card in this particular deck is the key word is restlessness. Usually when you see the Page of Swords, you're thinking about education, you're thinking about learning, you're thinking about new ideas, you're thinking about information coming in, okay? Rarely do I think about, actually never do I think about restlessness when I think about the Page of Swords, okay? So I think it's interesting that I chose to use this deck today, and that is what the key word is. So you all may be feeling possibly the pressure to learn something new in August. Maybe your school is starting in August, okay? For a lot of us parents, that can be kind of like a frustrating time because we're having to get the kids back used to going to bed on time. We're having to do school shopping, buy school clothes or uniforms, buy school supplies and things of that nature. My son is going to a different school. He's going to middle school. So I'm nervous about how is he going to fit in? What is the drive line going to be looking like? Like, is it going to be, you know, wrapped around the corner, wrapped around the block, trying to drop him off and pick him up? It's always a little nerve-wracking when it comes to school starting, or maybe you are starting school yourself. Maybe you're going to college or going back to college or something like that, trying to figure out how to work out the school schedules with your work schedule. So yeah, that could be why this restlessness is here with the Page of Needles or the Page of Swords when we're talking about August 2023. I think my son goes mid-August, so I got a little bit of time. I don't have to panic as soon as August gets here. But it's always nerve-wracking when school starts back, okay? We also have the Strength card, so some of you could have Leo somewhere significant in your birth chart or be dealing with the Leo. The key word is influence here, okay? So some of you could be influencers, okay? You could be have like a good amount of visibility on social media. Maybe you do YouTube yourself, or you're an Instagram influencer or TikToker or something like that, or maybe you will be starting that path in August, okay? People are going to be paying attention to you and listening to you and watching the things that you do in August, okay? What else do we have? Definitely confidence, okay? Confidence, leadership skills, things of that nature. You all could be taking on a leadership role in the school system. Okay, maybe you're a teacher who's getting promoted to instructional coach is what they call it here in Texas. I don't know what they call it other places, but the instructional coach, my sister's one, they kind of help the teachers do what they need to do and evaluate the teachers. You could be a principal, okay? You could be a professor, something, some kind of new role you may be playing in August. We have the Sun card. Love to see that. And the Sun card can also represent Leo. So Leo could be significant for you all. This card does represent happiness. It represents joy. It represents being optimistic. So you all are going to be receiving some sort of information that's going to take you from being restless to more optimistic. Okay, so you all are going to be getting some good news about something. With the Eight of Cups, the key word is abandonment. So you may have left behind something or someone or a job. And you may have been questioning whether or not it was the right decision. That could also be why this restless card is here. You may have lost sleep over making a decision to leave something behind, okay? But you are going to see the benefits of that in August, okay? I don't know how early or how late in August, okay? But sometime in August. What else do we have? We have the universe. This is an extra card, I believe, because I think they have a world card in here. So I think this is just an extra card they included in this deck. The keyword is infinite growth, evolution, possibility. So you're seeing your possibilities start to open up a little bit more in August, where you may have felt like you ran out of options, you ran out of choices, you ran out of resources. You're going to see a replenishment of your options and resources. We do have the backstabbing card, which is the Ten of Swords, okay? And right here it says painful end. Okay, so that's just confirming this Eight of Cups card. You all did leave something behind, or there was some relationship that you had to put on pause, maybe temporary pause or permanent. I'm not sure, but it wasn't something that was easy for you to do. But somebody did betray you and somebody did backstab you. So you're still in the process of trying to get over that in August, okay? We also have 10 of Buttons, which is the 10 of Coins or the 10 of Pentacles, depending on what deck you have. The key word is share the wealth. It also represents legacy. It also represents inheritance. It represents financial stability, having a strong foundation, having generational wealth. So you all may be tapping into more money, okay? Your finances are most likely going to take a positive turn. This came under the Sun card, okay? So you're going to be getting some good news about your finances in the month of August. And August is the 8th month, okay? The number 8 represents abundance, okay? So you're going to be tapping into some abundance in August, okay? And maybe that's going to be helping with this restlessness, this feeling of abandonment and being backstabbed, okay? Money doesn't solve all problems, but it definitely does open your options up, okay, for being able to do things that create experiences that can take your mind off of your problem, okay, like going on vacation or something like that. We have 9 of Needles, hopelessness. So you all may have been feeling hopeless over the summer, okay? And this is a 9 of Swords. Okay, so this is a card about anxiety. Okay, I think in the traditional tarot, the person is sitting up in their bed, like with their knees up, you know, kind of like trying to comfort themselves. So yeah, you all, we have anxiety, we have restlessness here. You guys have been anxious and worried about something, and it's probably has to do with finances, since we have the 10 of Pentacles card here, or it has to do with relationships, whether it be friendships, familial relationships, which are relationships with family members, or romantic, okay? You all may have felt like everything went downhill. Money, relationships, your job. You may have been dealing with depression, okay? You may have felt like, yes, I am strong with the strength card, but I'm sick of having to be strong. Sometimes you don't want to have to be strong, okay? Can I just coast through life without having to overcome obstacles? I just noticed that there is a snake in the infinity symbol here. So yeah, once again, the infinity symbol can represent abundance, but also like you don't want to have to be strong forever. Like, can I be soft? Can I just rest? Okay, can I go from restlessness to resting? We have Knight of Needles, unstoppable. Regardless of what you're going through, you are unstoppable, and you will continue to be that in August, okay? It literally says action hero on here. You are an action hero. People see you as a hero. People see you as courageous. People see you as someone who is tenacious, someone who does not give up, someone who is very strong and very confident, even when you are feeling restless, even when you're feeling hopeless, even when you're feeling like people abandoned you and stabbed you in the back. You still look like $1,000,000. Like, you don't look like what you are going through, and that is why people see you as an action hero. On the bottom, we have Ace of Needles, which is Ace of Swords. The key word is breakthrough, okay? New ideas and clarity are going to be coming your way when it comes to August. So that was just a kind of, you know, see what was going on, what's going to be happening in August. Let's go ahead and take a look at the oracle cards, and then we'll look into family and finances, and we will be done, okay? Let me make sure this is not upside down. Okay, so we have Capricorn. You could have Capricorn somewhere in your birth chart. I'm a Libra sun and a Capricorn moon, okay? It says the CEO with 6 zeros to represent $1 million, okay? A millionaire. So you guys, like I said, we have ambitious, driven, stability, practical, 10th house, workaholic, so, and patience here, persistence. So you all have had to be very patient. You have had to be very persistent. You have had to detach from your emotions at times because they were possibly going to bring you down even further than where you already were. Okay, your emotions are what were causing the anxiety and the worry. So you did have to kind of tap into the detachment that Capricorns can have. Okay, but your hard work is going to be paying off in August. Okay, we have Vesta. And I don't know what Vesta means in astrology, but it's looking like it has something to do with devotion, because that's the key word. So sacred sexuality, Kundalini energy. You may be working on your sacral chakra in the month of August. If you are like me, we have purity here. If you are like me, I am abstinent. I have been abstinent for at least 3 years. Okay, so maybe you are abstinent or you're thinking about being abstinent, but whatever it is, you are looking at sexuality as being something sacred, letting people have access to you in that way. You see it as sacred, and you're not going to just allow anybody to have access to your energy. Okay, so you may be using that energy to channel, or channeling that energy into creative projects, okay? We also have spiritual commitment. So you may find yourself fasting more or sacrificing certain negative aspects of life, okay? We have dedication and self-discipline, especially coming behind the Capricorn card. You all are definitely very self-disciplined, okay? I don't even know if that's a word. Very self-disciplined. It's a word today, though. Okay, we have Pisces, the dreamer. Mystical, intuitive, psychic, romantic, sacrifice. I just said you all are going to be sacrificing certain aspects of your life. And then we have addictions here. So like for me, I keep saying I need to sacrifice sugar. Stop. I am addicted to sugar. Okay. You could be addicted to something else. It doesn't have to be as dramatic as drugs, narcotics, or alcohol, but it could be those things as well. It could be spending money, but your intuition is definitely going to increase, and you may also find yourself daydreaming a lot more. That is going to help your visualization techniques, which will help your ability to manifest. We have show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. So I think earlier we got some cards about somebody being an influencer or something. So you may be making your presence more felt on social media. Okay, we have what do you need to release. There are some things you're needing to release in August, so you may be finding that you're thinking about certain things that maybe you thought you healed from, or that you haven't thought about in a while, or people that you haven't thought about in a while. That could be an indication that you are needing to release something related to that person or situation. Opposition, confrontation. Yeah, so y'all could end up getting into it with somebody, and that's gonna let you know that you have to release them. Okay. Or a certain thought process. The number on this card is 53 or 8. Okay, so 8 keeps on showing up here, and once again, August is the 8th month, and 8 can represent abundance. Okay, we have Capricorn once again. So like I said, you all can have strong Capricorn placements. But we have achieve here. So you are going to be achieving your goals, working on achieving your goals. The number 10 is on this card. We have, I don't know if I'm saying this right. I probably am not. Imam Coeli. The keyword is root, and the number is 38 or 11. So you could be life path 11. I'm life path 11. So I'm like, is this reading like is this my energy, or are the Libras that watch me just on the same frequency as me, or what? Because like I said, I'm a Libra sun, Capricorn moon, life path 11. Like, what's going on? Okay. I got beef with some Pisces right now. Like, is this me, or is this the collective? Am I gonna have to do a separate second Libra reading? We shall see. Okay, but root, this is talking about your stability. This is talking about feeling safe, feeling at home. So you could be working on your root chakra as well as your sacral chakra. Okay, or getting down to the root of a problem. Okay, maybe this confrontation is going to help you get to the root of something. We also have 7th house relationship. The number is 45 or 9. Could be life path 9s. I believe Libra rules the 7th house. I'm not sure. Check me on that. The reason why I'm saying that is because it says relationships, and I think Libra rules the house of relationships, but I don't know. But either way, your relationships, something's gonna go down with somebody that you are close with. Okay, it could be good, it could be bad, it could be a mix of good and bad, not sure. Okay, we have 34, protection from all dangers. Okay, so yes, there are people that are working against you, but you are protected from them. You are protected from anyone that's trying to cause harm to you in any way, shape, or form. But don't just rest on that. Continue to say your protection prayers, do your protection rituals, and things of that nature. This confrontation that's coming up could be so that you wake up to somebody's ill intentions towards you, and so that you know that you need to protect yourself from this person. Okay, and the number's 34 or 7. This is the purification card, number 32. So purification keeps coming up here. Like I said, you all could be abstinent or celibate. I think celibate means you're never going to have sex again, and abstinent means you're just abstaining from it, refraining from doing it for a certain period of time, but you're not saying that you're never ever going to do it again. Like, I think monks take a vow of celibacy, meaning like they're never going to have sex. So I think there is a difference between abstinence and celibate, but I don't really know for sure what the difference is. Either way, y'all could be abstaining from something. Does not have to just be sex. Could be a certain type of food, a certain type of lifestyle, energy drinks, okay? It could be anything, okay? It could be maybe you're doing more purification, intentionally doing more purification rituals, okay? Also purifying your mind with this, what do you need to release, okay? Purifying your mind and your soul, getting rid of the clutter that's in your subconscious mind that could be holding you back, and you're gonna do that by first some confrontation or some negative, with air quotes, situation may happen which brings your attention to something, and then you get to the root cause of it, and then you purify yourself by releasing it, okay? We also have construction and building, number 4. I think the 4th house in astrology can represent home. Okay, which is also what I was saying about the root card. The root card can represent stability and home. I'm just looking at my phone to see what this notification was. Okay, so something may be happening with your home life as well. Maybe rebuilding your home life. You could be actually having a house built. Rebuilding your house on a, figuratively rebuilding your house on a stronger foundation, okay? You may have gone through a lot of tower moments in the summer, in June and July, okay, where things may have gotten destroyed, okay? So you are in the process of rebuilding in August, okay? We have fertility and sex. What is the number on this card? 8. The number 8 is very important to you all. Could be life path 8s, okay? The number 8 is very important to you all for the month of August, okay? We have fertility and sex. You could have curly hair like this person. And guess who got curly hair like this person? Me, okay? Me. And who's abstaining from sex? Me, okay? But y'all could be as well, all right? So I don't know if this is going to come to an end, if you're ending a period of abstinence, or if you're starting a period of abstinence, or if you are just learning how to transmute Kundalini sacral chakra energy into fertility, as far as getting certain projects done or using it to rebuild things like that. You, with this construction and building, you're building new things as well. Because I kept saying rebuilding, but it's more so you're building new things. So certain things got knocked down, certain things got destroyed, and you are building new things, okay? We have Lilith, repressed desires. Some of y'all are gonna be sexually frustrated, okay, in August. Or you're just having certain things come up that maybe you would not have wanted to do before, or certain desires that you didn't realize that you had. Okay, I think Lilith, who do they say Lilith? I think they say Lilith is Adam's first wife that they don't really like to talk about. Okay, Adam from the Bible. So the key words are injustice, bitterness, sexuality, desire, repression, taboos, rebellion, darkness, and magic. You may have people, maybe you're getting in fights with your family because you are more spiritual and not religious anymore. So they could find your practices as taboo. It says, Black Moon Lilith is not a planet or material object. It's a mathematical point connected to the moon's orbit, which represents the farthest spot from Earth that the moon can reach. Oh, wow. Okay. So, I don't know. Maybe y'all will be doing some astral traveling as well, or learning how to work within the astral realm in August. Black Moon Lilith represents the darkest side of our human existence, our deepest fears, doubts, and repressed desires. the house and sign that Lilith is in will give us more information about it. So you may want to look to see what house your Lilith is in, and then what sign your Lilith is in, and then that can give you some information about what some of your fears, doubts, and repressed desires may be, because this could be stuff that's in your subconscious that you're not fully aware of. So you may want to, after this reading, go look to see what house and what planet Lilith is in. Then you can go on YouTube or somewhere else and type, let's say, Lilith in Capricorn in the 4th house, or Lilith in Capricorn and then Lilith in the 4th house, to see what it means, okay? Because I can't tell you what it means because I don't know. Let me see. On the other hand, Lilith is strongly linked to the native sexuality, which can also be manifested as shame, guilt, rejection, and deprivation. So you may have people in your life that try to make you feel ashamed about your sexuality. Another manifestation of this archetype can be reflected in obsessive compulsive patterns, extreme binging and purging, which can lead to frustration and discomfort. So some of you could be binge eaters, okay, which can be dangerous, okay, and that could be indicative of some sort of deeper issue. Like, isn't it like people that have like bulimia, where they eat a whole lot and then they chuck it and they just keep doing that pattern so they don't gain weight? So some people could be dealing with bulimia, and I'm saying bulimia specifically because it was talking about I think the word binge was in here, and I think anorexia is more of not eating at all. But bulimia, I believe they will like binge eat and then upchuck it. So y'all could be dealing with possible eating disorders. In most cases, the only way to lead with a difficult aspect, or you could be like on dangerous diets or taking like, I don't know what that they keep talking about this thing called Ozempic with the housewives, the housewives of Bravo, how they're taking this medicine that's meant for like, I think people with diabetes or something, to lose weight. Okay, so you could have some unsafe practices when it comes to health. Maybe you work out too much. You can work out too much, okay? Either way, you are a Libra, so I always tell people sometimes we do things in extreme. So this is making sense as coming up in a Libra reading, because we do tend to do things in extremes. Sometimes we're on one side of the scale or the other. Especially with me, I tell people it's not really a middle ground with me. I'm either on one side of the scale or the other. Okay, so we have to learn how to find balance. Sometimes Libras need to learn how to find balance. People automatically assume Libras are balanced, but a Libra like me, I can be extreme, okay? And I actually had a psychologist tell me that you do things in extreme. Okay, so maybe you all do things in extremes as well. Y'all might be a little dramatic. Okay, that's okay. It's not just you. It's not just you. The essence of Lilith is to depict the human sin. Okay, that's why I say they don't like really talking about Lilith. They always talk about Eve. Okay, the human sin of being alive, and not the sin of being alive, the sin of existing. I'm done. And experience some discomfort and pain. However, this is merely psychological, okay? I told y'all I had a psychologist tell me I do things in extreme, so maybe you all will be seeking out psychologists or counseling or something in the month of August, or y'all could be psychologists. We have North Node, Destiny, and Challenges. You will be working more in your North Node, okay? So you may want to watch the reading for your North Node as well. If you don't know what that is, you can find that in your birth chart. The keywords on here are Destiny and Challenges. So it's what basically your life purpose is. That's what your North Node is. And it can also indicate some challenges. So yeah. We also have void of course, pause in time, change of plan, limbo, improvision. Something may not go the way you want it to go, and you may have to improvise or change up your plans. Okay. We have last quarter, transition, letting go, forgiveness, adaptation. So the void of course card also says pause in time. So for some of you, this is the last quarter. This is the last little stretch in a period of stagnation that you've been dealing with, probably from June and July. Okay. So August is going to put an end to a period of stagnation for some of you. And we also have Pallas Athene, inner wisdom. Okay, this is one of Athena, the Greek goddesses, one of her places of worship. Okay, so you all could be, well, you are air sign because you're a Libra, so it makes sense that this comes out because Athena represents wisdom and creativity, which is what Libra represents as well. Okay. Let's see what the book says about this. It says Pallas Athene's glyph resembles a spear, which denotes the warrior aspect. Oh yeah, Athena is the goddess of war and strategy also, which denotes the warrior aspect of the asteroid. Oh, so this is an asteroid named after or associated with Athena. Okay. It can be linked to a sharp mind and quick movement or mental agility. What have I been saying in all of my past videos? Like all summer, I've been saying we have to work on our mental agility. Okay. It says this is ruled by Leo. Did we not get so many Leo cards? I love when other decks confirm cards from different decks. Okay. So ruled by Leo, Libra, and Aquarius, the keywords are wisdom, curiosity, justice, creativity, visualization, courage, and intuition. Pallas Athene represents a level of intelligence that is creative rather than the active mind. It can be depicted as a flash of insight or sudden inspiration, but also the intelligence that comes from one's perception and capacity for us to envision a goal. It represents the ability to connect with our intuition and higher self, as well as our curiosity, which enables us to develop our capacity to connect with our environment. The astrological correspondence with Leo is manifested through the creative process in arts such as drawing, design, photography, and capability to use these crafts as a way to help humanity expand. So you could be into art, drawing, design, or photography. As the ruler of Libra, Pallas is connected with political matters and represents the feminine hero. Did we not get a card that said action hero? I'm just saying. Y'all remember one of the cards earlier said action hero. So this is connecting more so with the divine feminine. But it's like, to me, feminine and masculine, because Athena represents, to me, she represents both feminine and masculine qualities. Okay. She fights for justice and describes the role of an activist, feminist, and acts as the voice who defends small groups that are oppressed. Pallas Athene also represents, through Aquarius, the archetype of androgyny. Remember when I was saying some of you may be shunned, or people may have an issue with your sexuality? And I also said Athena to me represents masculine and feminine, and that is what androgyny is. It's somebody who is androgynous. They can, I think, is it Ruby Rose? I don't know, the girl that played in John Wick, and she was a girl, and she had like short blonde hair. She had like nice looking blue eyes. I think her name was Ruby Rose, because I looked her up because I was like, wow, she's a good example of androgynous. Yeah. Okay. This lady right here, she would be like androgynous. So she can look like feminine, or she can look masculine. Okay. So some of you may be androgynous. And I was also saying Athena to me represents both masculine and feminine, okay? So the Aquarius, the archetype androgyny, and the Kundalini, there's that word Kundalini again, force that leads to enlightenment, the development of one's psychic abilities, and the connection with our intuition, as well as how we express our practicality and rationality. Man, my book, look at this. The page came out of my book. Okay, I'm about to make sure I don't lose this page. So, yeah, all that stuff that I just read, okay? So you all may be dealing with some of those things in the month of August. Now let's see what's going on with your finances and your family. But I'm just going to put these cards away first. So bear with me. Actually, let me pause this while I do it. All right, so we're going to take a look at what's going to be going on with your family in the month of August. I do have to warn you all, this deck does have some things that can be triggering in it, okay? So hopefully we don't get nothing too crazy, but it could be some triggering information. So please give me a message for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node when it comes to their family in the month of August 2023. What's going to be going on? Fatherly love. So you're going to have a father figure that's going to be helping you get through the month of August, or reaching out to you to let you know that they want to be a part of your life, or just checking on you to see how you're doing. Okay, you could possibly be addressing some father issues, daddy issues as well. Okay, maybe resolving some issues when it comes to your father, or just King of Cups type of energy. Okay. And then we got father wounds that came out. Okay, so yeah, some of y'all are going to be addressing some father wounds in the month of August 2023. And that could be why we were seeing that opposition card. Okay. We have domestic abuse. So you could have grown up in a family where the father was, your father could have possibly been abusive to your mother. Or I don't know, maybe you witnessed it, maybe you didn't. Okay, maybe your parents split up before you were old enough to remember what was going on. You may have seen some abuse but don't necessarily remember it, because maybe you were too young to remember it, but your soul still remembers it. So it could still be some subconscious things going on with that. Maybe you have found yourself in abusive relationships, and it could be because maybe you didn't have a good relationship with your father. Okay, when we don't have good relationships with our father or mothers or whatever, we tend to end up in relationships with the wrong people. And but the purpose of those relationships is to expose to us that we do have parental wounds. Okay, we have asked better questions. So you want to make this, even if you get into an argument with your father, you want to make it a productive argument, meaning you aren't just necessarily, you can tell them they hurt you and this, that, and the other, but you also may want to ask some good questions that help you get down to the bottom of their psyche, how they felt, why did they abandon you, or why did they do what they did to you, or who knows. Okay. For me, I grew up with a stepfather, but I had my biological father. He lived in the same town as me, but he just was never really involved. So he did reach out to me like 2020 to apologize and all that stuff. But there are certain questions that I ask because I don't know my family on his side. And I do a lot of ancestor work now. So I didn't even know if he was born. So I was born in Iowa, but my mom is not from Iowa. My mom is from Texas. So I didn't even know, like, I had asked him recently, like, were you born in Iowa or are you from somewhere else? Because I didn't even know. So you may want to ask like certain questions to get to know them, to try to make it easier for them to open up to you. Okay. What else is going to be going on with Libra's family in the month of August. And I did, because my parents got divorced when I was 16, and he kind of, I feel like he abandoned my sisters and I when my mom divorced him. So I did call him and let him know how I felt too. And I let him know I feel like this is why I've been in a lot of bad relationships with men, like where they end up ghosting me. So I figured out I was getting ghosted in my relationships a lot because it was supposed to expose the father wound of basically being ghosted by not one but two fathers. Okay, so you all may be doing some work like that in August. We have Thanksgiving. This might go down. Well, Thanksgiving is in November. You could be talking to your father about maybe some traumatic event that happened on Thanksgiving one year. Or maybe y'all might get into it in August and you won't talk to them again until Thanksgiving. They may accuse you of being bitter or holding on to old stuff. Why you holding on to old stuff? We past that now. That's the past. You know how people that do you wrong, they be like, that was the past. Okay, but you have not done anything to rectify it. You have not changed you haven't changed your behavior, so it's not necessarily the past. It's still relevant to the present. Okay, we have stop people pleasing, put you first. You may end up having to just decide, I'm not going to try to pursue this relationship anymore. You may extend one last olive branch in August, and if it doesn't go the way you need it to go, you might just be like, all right, I'm just gonna leave it alone. I tried. You need more than just Jesus. You might say that to a family member in August, or you may have family members telling you that you need Jesus, especially if you're into spirituality. You know, they don't be liking that, okay? And when you call them out on their BS and they don't have anything else to say to defend themselves, they're automatically going to attack your practices, okay? So you all may have family members telling you need Jesus. It was a lie. Okay, you're going to find out somebody was lying. Could possibly be a lie about paternity, or some significant lie may come out in the month of August. Or people may call you a liar when you're letting them know what may have happened to you as a child or something like that, or what somebody may have done wrong to you. It doesn't have to be extremely traumatic, but they may not be willing to own up to what they did. We have don't get married in secret affairs. Okay, so you could have come from a family where one family member was cheating on the other, or you could have family members that either they know somebody is cheating. Maybe you have like siblings or cousins and they know your significant other's cheating and they didn't tell you, or maybe you'll find out about some cheating and people are going to be like, no, it's a lie. So you may have family members or people warning you not to marry somebody in August because maybe they're having an affair or they feel like they're abusive. They don't like the person. If you watch Housewives of Atlanta, if you remember Cynthia, the one that was a supermodel, and she had married Peter Thomas, but her mom and her sister did not want her to marry him, so they hid the marriage license. And it turned out they was pretty much right, but she ignored them and she married him anyway. So it could be like something going down in August where your family members will be warning you not to marry somebody. Or maybe you feel like you don't ever want to get married because your parents got divorced because of an affair or something. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Please give me one more for August family situations with Libra. We have Cruel Intentions. Now, okay. Cruel Intentions is one of those movies from the 90s, okay? Remember they used to have all those movies in the 90s. It has Ryan Phillippe, Reese Witherspoon, Selma Blair, And I think those are pretty much the main characters. Yeah, I wonder if Reese Witherspoon and Ryan Phillippe met on that, because they ended up getting married. But it was like the stepbrother and stepsister were sleeping with each other, and they were in some kind of weird competition. It was very dysfunctional. It was a very dysfunctional family. I believe the stepsister was like on a white narcotic that I can't say on here. But I don't know if they made a bet or something. Let me look to see. But I just know it was a dysfunctional family. Annette unwittingly, so Reese Witherspoon's character unwittingly becomes a pawn in Sebastian and Catherine's, the brother and sisters, deliciously diabolical wager of sexual conquest when she writes an article in 17 magazine about how she intends to stay pure until she marries her boyfriend. However, Sebastian gets more than he bargained for as he attempts to woo Annette into his bed. So basically, the brother and sister make a bet that he will be able to sleep with Reese Witherspoon's character, who says she's not having sex until she gets married. Okay, and then it's funny that we have Don't Get Married here, and then we had Secret Affairs, and then we had a lot of cards talking about sex. So yeah, this is interesting. This is interesting. But also, you could just be finding out about somebody's literal cruel intentions towards you, or you could be finding out some family secrets in August. Okay, so that is your what's going to be happening with your family in August. Now let's look at your finances, and then we will end this reading. Please give me a message for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node when it comes to their finances in August of 2023. Hold on, because this card is the wrong way, and I like my cards to be facing the right way and upright when I shuffle. Okay. Please give me a message for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, finances, and North Node. Their finances for August 2023. We have prosperity playlist, listen to motivational podcasts, videos, music, watch motivational movies, consume inspiring and informational content. So that's going to increase your ability to increase your prosperity. In August, we have strings attached. Somebody might try to offer you some money, but it's going to be strings attached. So before I started shuffling, I did see the read the fine print card, and there was an owl on there. Okay, an owl is the representation, the animal representation of Athena. So before you sign any contracts or agree to anything, you need to pay attention to the fine print, see what strings are attached. Okay, somebody might try to buy your silence about something also, if there is some deeper family issues going on. We have blossoming abundance. Okay, great to see. Blossoming abundance for Libra. I think we had another we had the 10 of coins, the 10 of pentacles card earlier too. So yeah, you guys are definitely going to see an increase in your finances for sure. Make sure you're listening to motivational stuff from this point forward. Don't be listening to stuff. We got the prosperity playlist. Okay, don't be listening to things that make you feel sad or depressed. It's motivation from this point forward, so you can draw in this abundance. Okay, we also have investor. Somebody may be willing to invest in you, especially if you're an entrepreneur. So like I said, you are going to want to make sure you read the fine print and things of that. Make sure you understand what they're asking of you and what you're getting out of the deal. Okay. We have fighting over money. So some of you could be fighting over money. It could be with your job. Maybe they're not paying you what you feel like you should be paid. Or it could be with family members. Or it could be with someone who you are going to collaborate with. So in order to avoid this, you want to make sure you read the fine print, like I said. Okay. We have rich and regal. I love it. Let's get into this rich and regal energy now with our prosperity playlist, okay? We have trustworthy partner, business partner, or romantic power couple. So it looks like whoever this investor is somebody that is going to be trustworthy. So for those of you that have an investor, it is going to be somebody trustworthy, but still pay attention to the paperwork, okay? Because we don't know if they drew up, maybe they're trustworthy, but they had their attorney or somebody draw up the paper and they put certain clauses or something in there. So still read the fine print, okay? But it's looking like this is going to be a good partnership that's going to be coming up for you in August, okay? Please give me one more for Libra finances. We got greed, vulture, predatory lending, okay? Intentional misrepresentation. So like I said, it may not necessarily be the person that you're working with, but it could be their lawyer or their financial advisor or somebody who they're listening to that may, or their manager or something that may try to put some kind of clause in there. Make sure you're staying away from people who do predatory lending. Like a good example of that is payday loans, to where you get a loan for like $100, but then you end up owing them like $300 back, and you only borrowed $100, you know, something crazy like that. So yeah, make sure you're watching out for that kind of thing. But for some of you, it could just be with your job. And we have rejoice in advance for rising prosperity, which is why I say get into this rich and regal energy now by listening to your prosperity playlist. I just posted yesterday some affirmations that I have in my Falling into Favor affirmations deck. It is about luxury. It's about being happy in your career. It's about being happy in life, period. Okay, so you all can listen to that video as a part of your prosperity playlist if you would like. They are unique affirmations, so not just the regular I'm rich, I'm prosperous. Okay, I got a lot of uniquely worded affirmations there. Okay, you may even want to look up some of those words if you're not sure what they are, but rest assured, your subconscious knows what they are. Okay, so that's what I have for Libra. I am tempted to pull these cards, but it's just out of habit. I feel like I always need to. But I'm going to leave it there because this is already long. So that's what I have for you, Libra. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if this resonated with you and you feel comfortable, please feel free to let us know in the comment section. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Toodles.